All right, what's up, guys? So this is going to be another YouTube video for y'all. I know a lot of people have been asking and wondering a bit about my model, a lot of trade breakdowns. Since I have been back for the past 2 weeks going live, got to show the finger now. Two weeks going live. I'm going to break down and do a little bit of a lesson in this video. So I'm going to break down why is this so dark? Hold up. There we go. Fresh cut too, by the way. Got the mullet going. Anyways, break down my trade, how I caught high of day. It was actually almost 100 RR, which I know sounds stupid, but I'm going to show the executions and show my screen in like 2 seconds. And no, I didn't hold it for 100 RR. I held it for 20. It was a 20 RR when my last contract got filled. I'm going to break down my sizing, show my executions, break down the trade. And the lesson is going to be built on, I'm going to go into higher time frame structure and how I'm able to identify the correct draws when it comes to metals at least. But this is also tied into how I look at the higher time frame even with indexes like NQ and ES. So it's gonna be a lesson for if you trade metals, if you trade indexes. It's literally just a lesson on higher time frame structure, draws, and how I see the market with almost 3 years of experience trading futures. So I'm gonna do that mostly, a little bit of a trade breakdown, show my executions, break down my risk, break down my TP, etc. So let's get into it. You know, I'm too lazy to edit, so I'm just gonna move this here. There's that. So now you can see my screen. So made 7.5K. Was my math correct? Let me make sure. 1,500 across 5 accounts. Yes, 7.5K today, or last night trading Asia. I was trading gold and it was on micros. Usually don't take micros, but I'm gonna break down why. So let's get into it. The first thing is I'm going to show, let me turn on my executions for you guys. This is the only trade I took. So you're going to see all my executions, my TPs, and I'll break them all down, which I know this looks like a lot. Holy, well, I guess you can see all my executions. Anyways, yeah. So here are my executions, right? 100, it was like basically 100 R. If we go to like, if we want to like really get like intricate with it. I guess 80 RR. Anyways, I didn't hold it to that. I held it to previous week low. So, which is right here. Like, yeah, 20 RR, 26 RR. So here's my executions. Let me mark out my entry. You can see I took 7 micros, 14.8 right there. My entry, as you can see with my executions as well. TP1 was our 0.79 of our range. I'll break down each TP, but 700.8. I'm going to try to make the trade breakdown relatively quick because this trade was more based off of just a draw on liquidity and higher time frame bias and higher time frame structure. It's literally all it was. Second TP was lunch lows, as you can see here. Or I guess I think I took it to this internal lunch low because we had an SMT. So right there was TP2. And then previous day low was right here at 481.6. You can see that. And then full TP was 472, which was, let me mark that out. 472 flat. Oops. 72 flat. You can see my execution. Right there. So yeah, this was 22.5 RR trade with a 1.5 of drawdown, I believe. Yeah, 1.5 points of drawdown. So I think the most drawdown I saw was 100 and I don't know, because I was less than a mini, like 110 bucks of drawdown, risking like 200 bucks to make 1,500. So overall, if I had held, it would have been a 22 RR, 26 RR trade, but I didn't hold the whole way. Partials, that's the reason I took micros. I'm going to break that down right now. So first, let's get into our TPs. So, or we can let's break down entry point first. So I'm actually going to pull up my trading view to show you guys this to make it a little bit more clear in your brain. And now that you've seen my executions, I'm going to take that off because it's going to look ugly when I'm going through higher time frames and all this and that. Okay, so TP1, yeah. TP1 was here, right? TP1, TP2, TP3, and then my runner. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so my idea of this trade was a lot to do with silver, even though I executed with Where's London? Up here. Even though I executed with boop, boop, boop. Even though I executed on gold, the main idea was silver, right? So you can see I'm gonna mark out on both. I'm gonna mark out on gold first, or we'll keep silver up. I'm gonna mark out gold. The first thing I'm looking at is our session. I wanna mark out our true day open and our true Asia open. So I'm also gonna walk you guys through of how I managed this trade and what I wanted to see with price. Because I explained this all when I was live. And you can ask the people in my Discord if you don't believe me. Like I literally, bar for bar, I will show you. So this is our true day open. This purple line is gonna be our true day open. So this is our daily candle open. When our daily candle opens, that is the opening price of the daily candle. Our next is gonna be our true Asia open, which is gonna be 5 p.m. my time. That will also be, we'll put that in yellow. So true day open is gonna be in purple. True Asia open, true Asia open is gonna be in yellow. Okay? So the idea with this concept is, or the concept of this trade was to see a bullish open with our true day open and a bullish open with our true Asia open, and catch the manipulation leg of our session draws, if that makes sense. If I'm trying to like say it in the most simple way. So first thing I'm gonna keep in mind, or I'm gonna show you guys, is that I'm trading this high as protected on gold. Okay? Now you might be wondering why. There's actually a lot of reasons. The main part on gold is that this is something I call a refined order block. So it's basically just helps me identify protected highs and protected lows with metal. So you can see we were ranging. This is accumulation. This is AMD. It's literally as simple as that. Creating an order block with a manipulation leg. All right, so we manipulated, took the high of our range. So we're treating this leg as manipulation, and then we distributed, right? You can see here, very, very simple. Okay, now what does this high correlate to silver? If we go over to silver, I'm gonna go to the 15-minute time frame. I'm gonna show you guys our sessions to give you like a real look into this. So we'll keep key times on, and we'll add our kill zones and pivots. Also, if you guys wanna use this indicator, ICT kill zones and pivots by TFO, very solid. All right, so now looking at silver on the 15-minute time frame. This is the session we were trading last night. We're trading Asia. So I'm gonna mark out, oh my bad, our true day open on silver. It's gonna be 3 p.m. my time. Boom, true day open, and then our true Asia open, which is at 5 p.m. my time. Boom, right? So we have both key opens, and I'll mark these the same colors. I'm gonna try to go a little bit slow on this, but so you guys can really understand. I know there's a lot on your screen. True day open, true Asia open, right? So if I'm playing, my idea of this, and I'll show you this on gold so you can see the sessions as well, so it might make a little bit more sense for you. Okay. So this is the session we're trading. Okay, this Asia session, this is when we were trading, and I guess I'll mark it out to make it easy for you guys as well. True day open in purple. And if, I'm sorry, I know this video might be a little bit longer to me, probably like 20 to 30 minutes. If you can't sit through a 20 or 30 minute video to fucking learn, you have issues, that's all I'm gonna say. And then our true day open, or our true Asia open, which again, I'll put in yellow, right? So we have this is our session. Again, the idea and the concept of this was to catch our manipulation leg off of our true day open, paired with our true Asia open, to then catch our distribution leg, which again, I'm gonna break down. So again, that protected high that I showed you on my top step, this one, this is the exact same high right here on my trading view, okay? So if I'm playing this range, right? Where's the highest I want price to go? 0.79, but again, we need confluences. So the first case is that I found a range, which I'll break down draws, but I found a range and I'm trading off of that protected high and that refined order block, we can call it. So now that we're in a premium of our range, I can look for shorts, right? But again, with time base, I want to wait for our manipulation with our true day open and our true Asia open. Now I'm going to get into the good stuff, right? So now I told you that this trade was heavily based off of silver. So if you look at the mid time frame, the 15-minute time frame, looking at our sessions, where is gold? We're looking where gold is, and we're trading this high, right? So we're trading off of this leg. Before I even break down the confluences, you have to grasp the idea of where price wants to go. So I'm trading this leg. Now where is silver? This is the leg we're trading, right? Oh, we're closer. If we're looking like, don't even look at the leg that we caught. Look at where price is on our true day open in our Asia, all right? True day open, we had a pump of like 76 ticks. Gold, we're a bit lower, right? We had 10 points, moved up a bit higher. But if we're looking at our sessions and we're trading this leg, we don't want to see this high broke. Now, what's above this high, this protected high that we're trading off of? London highs. Whereas silver, they were relatively uncorrelated. Silver is much higher than gold. What do I want to see? And I said this, I started the live at 4 p.m. An hour and a half before I even got in the trade. Said, people were shorting. People were shorting throughout like all this consolidation that we were having on gold right here. Like I remember this. Like if I show you in the low time frame, you'll know. People were shorting in this range. Why? Don't ask me. I don't know. But they were shorting this leg too, and it's all about patience and time. So, and draws and structure, right? This is literally the concept of this video. So gold's lower. I want to trade. I don't even want to see PM highs get taken, but I'm trading off of this manipulation high, which is our protected high in this case. So again, silver, what I wanted to see is I'm not shorting until we get our manipulation off of our True Asia Open. So I want to see silver take London highs, create an SMT, and find a higher time frame level on gold based off of, okay, let me slow down. When we have our True Asia Open, which is right here at 5 p.m., I want to see us manipulate up, take London highs on silver. I want to identify a level on gold that will be correlated in a premium of our protected high, which is based off manipulation, and identify an entry level, which will be, I'll show you, which is based on the higher time frame as well, that I can take off of that. So when we take London highs with silver, my entry will be entered off of this bearish leg on gold, right? So again, I'll mark this out too. Oh shit. SMT, right? We also had an SMT. Very simple. London highs. Okay. Very simple, right? Nice. Okay, cool. Beautiful. We have an idea. Now let me show you on the low time frame on my top step how simple this looked. What did I want to see price do? Open on our True Asia Open. See a bullish open in the first place to pair along with my short bias, which I'm going to break down my draws and why I was short biased in a second. But a bullish open off of our True Day Open, and then a bullish open for our manipulation leg off of our True Asia Open. Does that make sense? So what did we do at 5 p.m.? We opened bullish. Let's go to silver. Now what did we have here? Those were our London highs, 76,485. I'm just on this shit. 76 flat. Am I wrong? 11.15. No, this is right. So it's just like, I don't know, whatever. You get the fucking gist. Now, if we go to silver, oopsies. And let me show that these are 5 expresses. I know I have to do that. 5 p.m. Our True Asia Open right here. Beautiful. Open bullish, take London highs, and then we have a level on gold. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Where are we? Here we are. So that was the gist of it. Entry, low key fucking forget. I'm gonna find the entry, or we'll just find it on Top Step. That's fine. 714.8 was the entry. I know it was off. Okay, this is what it was off. So I had, this is actually really good knowledge. I had a level at 708. Okay, let me show you guys on the low time frame. I had an entry, I had 2 short levels under 714. I had an entry at 708, somewhere at 708, and I had an entry at 710 somewhere. These 2 entries. However, both entries got tapped before our True Asia Open, and both entries got tapped before silver took our London highs. So I didn't take that entry, which you can see they both would have lost. So I also liked this entry at 714 better because we were coming up to our previous day open, which it was a bit under, which I'm gonna break down why. We had our weekly open here as well. So we had our weekly open. We had, and I literally explained this to the tick. Like I literally said this all in live. And I know for the people who are watching this video from the Discord, if you've been sitting through this 15-minute video, which is 15 minutes out of your whole life, I told you with fair value gaps, something as simple as fair value gaps, I like to see them be fully mitigated. What that means is fully filled, right? Like this is the high of the fair value gap. This is the low. I like to see price come to the high. So the first thing we had was we had the high of our 4 hour. We had our weekly open, and we had an hourly rejection block. And we had time frame alignment with this rejection block. 30-minute. You can see. 30-minute, hourly, and a 15-minute, right? We had all these rejection blocks. And you might be like, Trent, why didn't you take the CE? Which, thank God I didn't, because I would have got edged. And that's because our weekly open and our OTE. So let's go back to the low time frame to make this simple. And this goes into my risk, my sizing too. If I'm trading this leg, what do I like to take? I either take 0.79 or I take 0.705 on metals. Now, what's closer to my entry point? 0.705. It's a 0.4 difference. Like my entry was a 0.4 higher. That's all it was. And if I had taken 0.79 right here, what would we have been doing? We would have been, what was it? If I go to the hour, was it the hourly? Oh, yes, the hourly. We didn't have alignment with any RBs, which I know we had a higher OTE or like a higher premium entry of this rejection block with all of our time frames. But however, with this entry, I didn't want to see silver fully push above London highs. And also going back to sessions with gold, I wanted to see PM highs hold. I wanted PM highs to be a protected high, right? Exactly what I said earlier in the video. Now, PM highs are at 718 flat. What was OTE at? 718.3. So we would have took PM highs and my protected high that I was trading off of would have been invalidated. Does that make sense? So that's why I didn't take 0.79, and we had alignment, more alignment with 705 with all of our rejection blocks, all of our confluences, and it aligned with our time, which is our true Asia Open manipulation leg. And when we took London highs with silver, and then yeah, entry was very simple. It was the high of our hourly, or the low of our hourly RB with all of our time frame like alignment with our 15. I could have had a bit of a better entry, but I would have been, $30 different at the 15-minute. And yeah, that was literally simple. I think we had we had a 5-minute there. We had a good amount of order blocks, something as simple as that, which again, order blocks are just support and resistance. That's literally all it is. Like I literally have a full video, or actually it's something else I teach, but I have a full video like going into consolidation ranges, which is another part, like another aspect of this entry, but pretty fucking simple, right? Like literally nothing crazy. That was literally the entry, that simple. And then if we, again, going back to our PM highs, which I was trading off of as well, right? The 718 high. We can also look at OTE with that, 718.9. So what am I already in? We had our 0.88 level aligned, and I'm already at the highest premium that I want to be, which I don't think I've taught 0.88 yet to YouTube, but that's also another fib tool that I use. So we have 0.88 alignment with our PM leg. You see the gist of this now? Now where's my SL? Just in case we had came up and tapped CE, I gave it a bit of room. I think I was risking like 2.3 points. Yeah, 2.3 points on this trade. So I mean, realistically, I guess it was only an 18.6 RR. However, we were able to de-risk very, very quick after the 15-minute open. So that was like where my SL was. We did get edged pretty close. I mean, not really. We had like $60 of room, which is pretty good. But you can see after we got entered, we had our 15-minute open here. We opened bullish, and then once we flipped on this 1-minute candle right here, the 15-minute become bearish. I moved my stop. We all moved our stop to this new high right here. That's why I was saying, oh, this is a 20 RR trade or a 26 RR trade, right? That's kind of the gist of it. De-risk really quick. Break even was our true Asia Open, which I know I've been talking a lot, but I called this shit out too. We're going to consolidate, and then the last 5 to 10 minutes of our 5 p.m., our hourly candle, which is our True Asia Open. We're going to absolutely dump through this True Asia Open, which literally, look, 3 minutes before, and I literally said 5 to 7 points, I swear to God. We dumped 7 or 8 points through this Asia Open with like a few minutes remaining. We see that a lot with gold. But yeah, that was the first thing. Okay, so that was that. TPs were very, very simple. I don't want to talk too much on that. The first thing you can see was my first TP, which I guess that would be probably the most confusing part, was at this 700.8. Now, if we were going to be bullish, if my bias was wrong, which I don't think it was, well, obviously it wasn't, the range that we would be trading off of would be our current low of day to our current high of day, which is right here. We had a 15-minute fair value gap in an order block, and we had an SMT, and then we had, what was it? Oh yeah, we created an unmitigated hourly gap. So it was like, I think it was around CE, consequent encroachment of this first presented hourly, or a bit higher, I guess, but it was 0.79 of our range, just about. So you can see at that area, we did have a bit of reaction after we smacked TP1 consolidated. Second aspect, call this the double manipulation leg. This is just literally as simple as people not knowing time frame alignment and internal highs and internal lows. So LS, I'm shouting you out right now because we AMD'd to the upside. He said this in my live. He's like, oh, we're going up 100%, changing the state, inverse fair value gap. We accumulated, we manipulated into a higher time frame PD rate, and then we we're breaking this high. And I was like, bro, look at the mid time frame. What did we create? Relatively equal highs on 15 minute in our first presented fair value gap on the 15 minute time frame. Mitigated that, and what do we do? Absolutely tanked to LS's stop loss, which you can see right here. So don't get caught up too much on the low time frame. Second TP, which was at 692.2. This I'll just show you here, where our PM lows. You can see right here, and we actually did create an SMT at the time with our PM lows with gold and silver. So good safe TP for a second TP. Third TP was previous day low, which you can see on my trading view. I'll show again. Holy dumb, bro. Previous day low was right here at 681.2, which I know it's gonna be a bit different on trading view than, yeah, I'm on micros, that's why. I just realized that. 681.6, this was our previous day low. Should have just showed you on Top Step. You can see that right here on the daily time frame. This is our previous day low, and full TP at 672 was our previous week low. So right here, as you can see, I could have targeted these, which I literally said this in my live too. I was like, if we really want to have balls, we could target these relatively equal lows on the weekly. That was my draw for the week. However, I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting this aggressive of a move during our Asia session. I'm gonna be honest, Asia and London. Like, yeah, this thing, oops, 672 flat. This thing just dumped. So to show you on the higher time frame, this is what the entry looked like. Caught that whole move, caught high of day, as you can see up here. 714.8 was the entry. And this thing fell, bro. This thing absolutely tanked. So yeah, that's the trade. I forgot the biggest part of this, which hopefully you stay because now I'm gonna break it down. The draws. Well, you understand the first TPs, but why was I bearish? Why did I think the daily was gonna flip? Why did I think this was high of day? Why did I think the weekly open was gonna be respected and continue lower? Why? This simple. This fucking simple. Let's even go in the 5 minute to show you this shit, bro. Or no, let's go to the 1 minute. See, that might be a little too OD. Okay. Let's just go back to the 5 minute. Or no, wait, low key. I could just show the 1 minute. No, let me stop. 5 minute. What is this? Trend. Why are you drawing a trend line? Trend. You are a trend line. Fuck no. It's called generated lows. It's called LRLR. It's called low resistance liquidity. Oh my God. So simple. Now, obviously I have this all paired with confluences, a bias, entries, risk, man, everything comes to end. I mean, everything comes to play. But again, the clearest draws was just we were generating lows. We didn't have any bullish higher time frame SMTs. There was no reason for us to push higher. We're respecting my ranges, respecting everything, and like something else I can show you right here is if we go to the higher time frame, like the hourly, what do we have that we can't even go to the 4 hour, bro. What do we have that I just showed you on the 5 minute when we were playing this? Let me show you like this. 30 minute. I was showing you this very small, 40-point leg where we were building up lows, right? We're generating lows, built up liquidity, LRLR, right? But what do we have on my trading view? On the 4 hour, we have the same shazers, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like over 10 to 15 lows, generated lows. LRLR, baby. And that's where you're gonna find those most aggressive dumps or aggressive pumps, and like show you multiple examples of this. Like right here on the 4 hour time frame, what do we have? LRLR. What happens when we break it? Right here, we then get that aggressive move down, right? Could show you a bullish case as well. Which again, I think we're doing the same shit here. This is why my bias has been bearish, bro. There's like I guess I'm like kind of going back way too far. Let me show you like a mid time frame bullish example. Right here. Shizers. What do we have here? Generated highs. We broke, and then we get that aggressive push up. And I know you can say, "Oh, this is trend lines." Shut up. It's like knowing where the fuck price is going. And look at our previous week close. Previous week close. We're trading out of a higher time frame POI. And previous week close, which I'll show you how I do this, is I drag our open with our OTE to our low, and we closed under equilibrium of our weekly, which is bearish for me. Daily. Look at our daily close. Same shit. You could literally do the same shit. But after this bullish close, bro, and then we respected mid and higher time frame bearish PD rays and levels with this previous day, I'm like, okay, we're very bearish. We have generated lows, relatively equal lows. Previous day, previous week low. We have a lot of draws on the downside. We have nothing to the upside. Right? Like what is the draws? Like I don't see anything, bro. So it's that simple. It's literally that simple. It's nothing crazy. So the reason why I sized down in this trade is because it was a bit riskier. I will say that because NQ and ES were at all-time highs while I got entered in this trade. No, they're not correlated, but like fuck off. That's like just how I went about it. So yeah, that was the trade. Boom. First TP was still good R. It was sorry, let me show my original risk, 2.3 points, so no one gets mad at me. First TP was a 6R. Second TP was a 10R. Third TP was a 14R. Final runner was a 18RR, not a 20, my bad. Still gonna title this 20RR. But yeah, that was the trade. Oh, P&L just reset. We're about to open, 10 minutes. So yeah, that is how I made 7.5K during Asia session, trading gold. Now that I've been back on the lives, the trading, Discord, TikTok still got me banned. We are now, because I took a loss yesterday, or not yet, well, Sunday night, and then what's the date today? Tuesday? Sunday night I took a lost like 240. Second day I'm up 1,500 per account. This is all across 5, so I guess first day I'm down, 1,100. Second day I made 7.5K, and then we got today. So I'll be live in the Discord. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is like a full aspect of how I read the market. My ideas, my concepts, my entry, my risk, my take profits, my bias, my like everything, just how I perceive the market during this trade, how I perceive the market every single day. And hopefully this helped y'all out. Hopefully this like was some sauce for y'all. Let me know if you guys got questions. Comment. I answer every single question. To be easier, DM me on Discord. I answer every single Discord DM. And oh, my cut's looking so fresh. at me in general or anything like that if you got any questions. And yeah, that was how I made 7.5K trading gold futures during Asia session. Later, y'all.